Okay, here, there we go. There we go. Woo! We figured her out. Can you hear me now? Okay, here, there we go. There we go. You know what? First of all, I've been muted the whole time. That is funny because I legit was talking for like probably 5-10 minutes to myself. But I appreciate you. How you say Dark Side Dev. I appreciate you, man. If you didn't pop in, I would have had a whole stream maybe just talking about myself. Earlier I was messing with some settings for my camera and audio, and I forgot that I changed my microphone. So appreciate you, man. Still plus one for a 20-second eliminator. Okay, let's go, baby. We feel it. Happens to the best of us. That's facts, man. I've learned a lot this year. I've never streamed. I've never owned a PC, so it's definitely been an adjustment learning everything when it comes to audio settings, camera, lighting, the whole ideal. But it's been fun too. It's fun to kind of learn something new. All right, so I think I know maybe the 1.5. That might be Ewall from the Pounders Discord. Okay, so we have K Mize in here. Well, I wonder which one. Oh, I see him right here. Okay, let's get it. We're doing a 20-second eliminator draft where RBs go earlier. Stacking isn't as important. You don't need no week 17 bringbacks. And honestly, if you want to make it simple as possible, just take the best player. Just take the best player from each position and build your team that way. You try not to overlap bye weeks too much. You don't want to have four receivers on a week 8 bye, and you have only three other receivers that week. So that this is the reason why I know that this is a luck contest, but I do think that there's certain edges that if you're able to, if you're able to hit these edges, I do think it does give you an advantage. Because there are gonna be a lot of people who maybe overstack, maybe don't look at the bye weeks, maybe um, they don't prioritize the RB as much, so they're rocking like I don't know, like Travion Henderson as like their RB1, who I mean the first month Travion Henderson could not even be a top 36 RB. All right, so we're pick 8. I do prioritize RBs more in this contest. Um, I don't take much of Genti in general, but I think in the eliminator, he has such a high floor and a good ceiling. I project him to get 20 touches a game at least. And if I don't take him here, like I'm probably like the chances I like Devon's gonna go, Derrick Henry's gonna go. So I'm cool with just taking RB right here. And then whoever falls, falls. Yeah, so we have Chase, Barkley, Bijan, Gibbs, JJ, CMC, Lamb, Genty, Puka, Amari St. Brown, Derrick Henry. Yeah, if this was like 2 years ago, I probably would have been like all over Genty. But I think just like from being the best watch reads, I've kind of like detached myself from like that rookie hype, which maybe this year the rookies smash, right? I mean, you got some appealing names. You got Genty, Junkins, Henderson, Caleb Johnson, and so on. Hampton. But I don't know, like Genti could be great, but 2 years ago, Bijan, who I think is a better prospect than Genti, he had a good year, but he did not pay off his first round tag. Hmm. I could do a Raiders thing, just say fuck it. I could do Taylor, do Jacobs, I could do Lad. We'll say JT. I was kind of between JT and Jacobs. I think Jacobs might be a better pick in general than JT. JT has like the upside what we saw last year. He was RB1 like the last 3 weeks, just going crazy. Jacobs' floor seems a little better because of the offense and his ability to catch more passes than JT, but JT could be a smash too. I mean, you could take it to the house any play. The offense could be better. They bring in Ty Warren, who I think could open up some things maybe, and also it's like if let's say A Rich is still bad and he gets benched, Daniel Jones, we can see maybe throwing to Taylor a little more. So we started Genty and Taylor in this format, and I feel good when I start off with two RBs, just because I don't want to try to reach on RB. And there's receivers that go like later than usual that I don't mind scooping up. Receivers are more volatile, but I do think it's important to have good receivers because there's a reason. Like if you hit on a like let's say Jamar Chase for example, like Jamar Chase is gonna give you a way bigger floor than most receivers in the NFL, right? So to have that locked up is really good. But at the same time, if you could hit on some of the value at receivers while securing the RBs, I think that's a good way to play it. For example, Matthew Golden, I think in like BBM goes around like what, like pick 75. So he's like 11 pick difference, like a full round. And Matthew Golden, like he's a rookie. He can start off slow. Maybe it's not good, but I think part of the way to play is like you kind of want to make some bets on some of these like unknown or rookies because if they hit, it gives you an advantage of what you're trying to do, right? Like me taking Golden here, if I do, and let's just say he's like Lad McConkey this year. Probably a terrible comparison, but if he's like this year's Lad, then you really help stir up your receiver room after going two RBs. All right, so we're up next. I don't mind taking the lead quarterbacks in this format too. Um, I also do like the later quarterbacks. Mm, Marvin Harrison, I'm cool with. Lamar, I'm cool with. Let's have some fun. Let's push receiver back this time. We'll go Lamar Jackson. I mean, Lamar Jackson. It helps me where I just need to take one more quarterback, and he's just such a good football player. Where like I could just trust him on a weekly basis to do what he does, and then later I'll try to get another quarterback that I still think could spike. Just because I take Lamar doesn't mean like I should wait all the way to take like a Tyler Show or like a Sam Darnold. I'm still open to take maybe like even like a Kyle Murray, Justin Fields, because just to have that ability to have two guys like a spike high is nice. And also, if like let's say Lamar Jackson has like a 15-point game, the chances of like let's say like Bryce Young, Matthew Stafford that week having like a 25-point game are high. But if I could take a Russian quarterback or maybe Dak is gonna do what he's done like every other year, I don't mind that. Yo, what's up, T Clark? How we doing, baby? Yo, what's up, Nicholas? How we doing? What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Happy Friday and cheers. Drinking and drafting. It's a great combo. I think Devontae's a pick if he makes it here. We'll see. He doesn't make it here. Um, man, I mean, I don't mind Joe Mixon, but man, I could go Worthy, I could go another RB, but we're gonna go Tet. We're gonna go Tet here because one is he has a week 14 bye. So I do think that's another EV thing. If you could push some of these bye weeks as far as you can, it gives you advantage. And I think once you hit week 9, you start making like four figures each week. I think week 4 is when you start making money, and then week 9 or week 10 is when you get into the four digit figures of like just of bringing cash in. Plus, like Ted, like he's a rookie, but like he's possibly so much better than all the pass catchers that the Panthers have, and we could see him command like a nice target share. And if he's that guy, I think he's gonna dominate. So it is risky him being my receiver one, but the upside case, he could be a top 12 receiver this year, and that's nice to get in the fourth round. Let's see what some of these teams are doing right now. So we have one team going three RBs the first four rounds. Really not seeing too much teams going RB crazy. Actually, I think only me and B Casto are the only teams with more than one RB actually. Interesting. Hey, cheers, my boy. Appreciate you stopping in. Dude, if Jalen Hurts falls to me, I'll be pissed. That's the type where it's like, yeah, like I think Lamar's a great pick in this format, but man, like some of the value you could get to, it's like, man, like I'd rather have Hurts in the fifth round than Lamar in the third round. 100%. 100%. But he doesn't make it back, so I don't need to feel bad. Alvin Kamara, we could take. Excuse me. Safe, safe Flowers, I think is okay. DK, I think is okay. Mm. RBs, I'm okay on the RBs right now. I think we'll go receiver. Oh, you know what? Like I said, stacking isn't too important, but I still will try to stack because if Lamar Jackson does, let's say, throw 40 touchdowns again or has a career best in passing the ball, like Zay Flowers is probably having a career year too. And like I just won't overstack. Like I don't need to get Andrews and Bateman on this team. Me having Zay Flowers is enough correlation as it is. Now, if Andrews falls a little bit or if he's the best player, then yeah, like I'll take him. But it's nice to get a little ADP faller on Zay Flowers paired with Lamar Jackson too. And Zay's like he's a solid floor too. He's someone that could that would get like 80 passes, 1,000 yards, maybe 6 7 touchdowns. And then Ted's more of the unknown, the upside. With Genty and Taylor, I feel really good about my two RBs. Receivers, Chris Olave, Jerry Judy. Let's see the news blurb on Diggs. Participate on field work in uniform. That's good. That's good news for Diggs. Good for you, man. Jerry Judy, Tony Pollard, I think is a fine click. Jerry Judy, I mean, look, he broke out last year. And yeah, like I don't love Jerry Judy, but dude went off last year, broke out. Joe Flacco was the quarterback. And let's say even if Joe Flacco gives like 6 to 8 weeks of being a quarterback, like Jerry Judy could be like the receiver 14, 13 during that time span. So, like I said, I am a little more week one brain in this. And with Jerry Judy, I'm fine with him being my third receiver. I think he's the clear top target on that offense. And Joe Flacco, who, is a very fantasy friendly quarterback. And you know what? I'm not going to worry too much if Gabriel Sanders or Kenny Pickett like getting in at some point. By the way, if anyone's in the chat, how do I sound? Do I sound clear, solid? Can you hear me? So we start Genty, Taylor, Lamar, Ted, Zay, Jerry. It's not a bad three receivers, man. To go two running backs and a quarterback, I, I don't mind this. Hmm. Like there's receivers I like here, man. We'll get at least one of these guys. RBs, Brian Robinson. I'm not a huge fan on this year. I don't mind Pacheco. I think Pacheco will be sorry. RB Swift. I like Swift too. I think he's a good click here. But I am starting to think that Chicago could bring in another RB via trade or signing a free agent. All right, all right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. And let me know what you guys think. What's your guys' favorite contest? Are you guys doing Eliminator? Are you guys strictly sticking to like BBM puppies? Dude, Chris Godwin here, pick 80 in the Eliminator. Like, come on, baby. Like, let's get it. That's what I'm saying. Like these four receivers, I feel really good about. And we have possibly quarterback one, two top 10 RBs. Come on, guys. If we get one of these players too, oh, it's over. We won. Tight ends are very interesting because I think you could get there both ways. I think if you're cool on taking the lead tight ends, I think that's fine. I'm not doing that much. I am kind of prone to waiting on the three tight ends, but maybe that's a mistake. I don't know yet. I'm still kind of processing exactly how I want to attack this. Cooper Cup, man. Watch Cooper Cup be the guy that was so obvious to take. I'm not gonna be making that bet, but who knows, man? Who knows? We okay. So I was gonna look at Baker, but we have Lamar already, and there are position players I like more than the quarterback, so I don't want to push it. We're gonna get one of these receivers. I think that's the way we're gonna go. RBs. We'll probably wait on RBs, man. Hawkinson, I think, is a fine pick. I mean, he's been a great tight end. He goes, so don't need to worry about that. I think Darnell Mooney's a click here, man. Solidified number two receiver, put up almost 1,000 yards. Michael Penix has a good deep ball. And I feel good about this. I feel good. I feel like we caught up at receiver here. You know, tight end, we'll go through tight ends. We'll stop at so it'll probably be like a 2-6-7-3. Is that the math? I feel awful about Cup. Yeah, man. Like Cup is just invisible to me. Like I usually take Downs over him. I'll take Mooney over him. Like I just It's weird too because like Sam Darnold, like he was so good and he was able to help um JJ and Addison both produce. But I don't have the confidence in Cup. Yo, what's up, Vaporware? How we doing, baby? Happy Friday night. Are we doing any drafts tonight? Yeah, Cup man. If Cup burns me, he burns me. But like 3 straight years of injuries, he goes to the offense where JSN is the primary slot guy, deep threat. Cup's gonna play second fiddle to that. Sam Darnold, I don't know, man. I don't love the Seahawks offense. The O line's not great. People are saying Jalen Monroe's the future quarterback there, which I think that's too premature since he was a third round quarterback. But who the hell knows? Beer Uno is Dunno. For anyone that cares, we are drinking Stone Delicious Double IPA, 9.4%. Then we're about to crack into another one. This one not as strong, but 7.2%. Let's see how it sounds. I gave it like a 6.9 out of 10. So good. All right, guys. So we're coming up next. We have a 1-2-5 build. Tight end. Kelsey, I don't think I think I've drafted Kelsey like one time out of 160 drafts. I just can't do it, man. I just can't do it, man. Is Najee a good pick? Justin Fields, I don't mind just to get like another quarterback, but let's go Najee. I think Najee is gonna have a role. He's our third RB, different bye weeks. I feel like he could maybe get the ball 200 times, score some touchdowns, 10 picks past ADP. I like it. We're up in 7 picks. So um quarterbacks. I love Drake May this year. Drake May is gonna be my highest exposure quarterback this year by far. I just think Drake May, I mean, I think this like he had 420 rushing yards in like 12 games, 12, 13 games. Dude's gonna rush for like 600 yards, 650. He could run for 5, 6 touchdowns. And then they gave him weapons actually. You can make fun of the contract of Diggs. You could say Kyle Williams is an overhyped third round pick. I don't care. They got Henderson who's explosive out the backfield who can catch. Kyle Williams could be a great rookie, and then Stephon Diggs, like he looked good last year with the Texans before he tore his ACL. So Drake May will all so he will be in consideration here, but I also like these rookies, man. I think I want to try to take some shot on one of these rookies, see if they hit tight end. We're gonna push tight end. RBs. Travis Etienne and Stevenson are two guys I'm kind of getting higher on. Where Stevenson feels like he's. Wait, hold on. Let me make my pick first. We'll go Luther. Let's see what bye week. Hold up. We'll go Luther Burden. Yeah, as my receiver 6, I'm betting on that upside. Maybe he is just a good receiver, and Caleb likes him a lot. Maybe Rome sucks. Maybe DJ Moore's a head case. I don't know, but I don't mind taking this as my 6th receiver. But what I was saying about Stevenson, like I think Stevenson's a good click. I think he's gonna have a decent workload with the Patriots on the better offense, and I think he could be the first and second down back. Oh, Henderson splits time. Like Stevenson's gonna have a role. Like he's gonna have a role for sure, and maybe he also has a goal line role. I think Stevenson is a decent value this year. Christian Kirk, I don't mind. For sure, Bateman falls at 4. I don't mind clicking him. Loveland, Ty Warren, David. RBs, I'm not gonna take Blue. Spears, I don't mind. Ray Davis, I'm always a fan of. Quarterbacks. Mate is smart too. Yeah, Drake May's a smart dude. Oh, to be heavy on? Yeah, yeah, I think so too, man. He scrambles 10% of carries. Yeah, I mean Drake May also he averaged 7.8 yards per carry last year. He was number one of all quarterbacks. Like I just think that's being overlooked a little bit. Like I think the range of like anywhere from like Baker, Justin Fields to like Drake May, Love, T Law, like I just feel really good about the quarterbacks in this range. And Drake May is my favorite. Only behind Lamar and Daniels. Yeah. Like Drake May, like he's a running quarterback that potentially has a really good arm and that is potentially on offense that's gonna be a lot better than it was last year. 136. Christian Kirk, I don't mind just like another receiver. Tajay. We'll go Tajay Spears. Get an RB4. I don't believe the coach from the Titans saying about the split workload. Like I'm still treating Tony Pollard as a guy, but Tajay Spears last year was very productive when Pollard was out. Pollard, obviously injury history could still be there. And maybe he's not lying. Maybe Spears is gonna have a bigger workload this year. It's possible. Rubbing 7 picks. Like I said earlier, like I don't prioritize stacks, but I still would like them. I still think that it's important to, stack. Like if I'm taking like another quarterback here, like yeah, like I would like Michael Penix or Bryce Young to match one of these guys. Because if I'm taking Michael Penix and he dude is a quarterback 8, like he's not doing it by rushing the ball. Like he's doing it because he had a great year throwing the ball, and Darnell Mooney's gonna be a part of that. And I don't want to face another Michael Penix team week 11. They have Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney puts up 25 points, and I just have Michael Penix. Rubbing 2 picks. Tight end, I'm not looking at your receiver. A couple interesting rookies. Hollywood, I think is okay. Hmm. I could push quarterback a little bit, but we'll just take we'll take Michael Penix. We'll just take him and bet that maybe he takes a year or two leap. He's in a good offense. He showed some flashes last year. Maybe we decided to add Kyle Pitts just to say, hey, Falcons are a top 6 offense this year, and Kyle Pitts and Darren Mooney paid off ADP. Other guys I'll be looking at: Hollywood, Jack, Kyle, Romeo Dobbs. I think is a solid click. RBs: Trey Eckler, Isaac, Rico, Roshan. Quarterback, I think we're just good at quarterback, man. I think we're gonna rock this Lamar Michael Penix stack. We'll probably take 2 more RBs. We'll take 1 more receiver and then 3 tight ends. I like that range also. It feels good, man. Like I think taking elite quarterback's fine, but it's just when you're telling me, man, like I'll be honest. I don't know if you're talking about the quarterback range or what I was talking about earlier or something else, but if you're talking about quarterbacks, like Lamar, trust me, Lamar's quarterback 1, fine, but like you get Kyle Murray like 60 picks later, and if Kyle Murray does have a chance to be the number 1 quarterback this year, Marvin Harrison takes a step up. Trey McBride catches some touchdown. Kyle Murray actually does run the ball more. Kyle Murray could be the best pick on the board. And you get him pick 90. Drake May could go off this year. I like Jordan Love as a bounce back candidate. But then again, Lamar has shown what he could do, and it's so fucking good. Like Lamar Jackson had such a good year last year. All right, so we're walking a 2-4-6 build. No tight ends. No tight ends are gonna be coming out for us yet. Interesting. I think what we'll do. We'll take Cedric Tillman because we're betting on the Browns offense with Jerry Judy. I think he's a clear number 2 receiver there. And we're just betting that Joe Flacco is going to start more games than what we think. Also, we can stop at receiver here, and we can only focus on RBs and tight ends the rest of the draft. When it comes to bye weeks, though, I just realized we have 3 in week 9, so that puts a lot of pressure on Tet, Flowers, Mooney, and Luther. It's not great. Now I wonder if we go one more receiver and then just one more RB. I mean, Genty, Taylor are going to be in our the RB1, RB2 spot all year. We're betting on Najee. We're just betting on has like a decent role all year, and then Talajay is kind of that lotto ticket. Our next pick will be RB. It'll be one of these guys. Justin Hill's a weird one where I don't think he's sexy, but he's a clear RB2 for the Ravens. He's gonna spike in your lineup sometimes. I think last year he had like 4 games where he was like a top 15 back. I'm probably wrong about that, but I do think it was something like that. This one we'll say Rico. We'll say Rico this one. Betting on the Panthers offense. Rico, I think, is gonna get a little more work. Like, I don't think Chuba's gonna get all the work. I think Rico will be involved. And then if Chuba did get hurt, I think Rico would definitely have a chance to be an RB1, high RB2. Good morning. What is up, Bendos? How you doing, baby? And if you guys are watching live, I appreciate you guys like and sub up. I also have my Discord in the YouTube description. Come join. Try to be active in there as much as I can. Have a lot of fun stuff planned this summer. So we're 7 picks away. For the eliminator, this is where I like a lot of these tight ends later. We're gonna be taking 3 of them. I think it's either RB or receiver from here. The 3 bye weeks of week 9 where that is getting to me a little bit. You know what? Well, we're gonna go Justice Hill. We're gonna take Justice Hill. We're done at RB. I like the Hill click. We have a little correlation with the Ravens. Maybe Derrick Henry, can't do it for 8 years in a row and gets hurt. Now, so we're done at quarterback. We're done at RB. We're done at receiver. Week 9, we will be relying heavily on Tedens and Flowers, which they could get it done. But now we're just gonna be taking tight ends that we like. We're up in 3 picks. We do Mason, Chig, Juwan. We do Sanders, Theo. We'll get three of these guys. Mason's an interesting one. Is he the clear number two target there behind Garrett? Is he even the starting tight end? We'll take Mason Taylor, just kind of bet on that unknown upside. Maybe he is the clear tight end one for the Jets, and maybe Justin Fields relies on him. And then because we will take two more tight ends that are kind of more veterans that have secure roles. Then taking Mason Taylor kind of allows us to bet on the unknown. Because if let's say Mason Taylor is a number two target and just surpasses like what we think, that helps his tight end room. 2671. Bye weeks are all pretty good and like there's not much overlap besides the receiver room. Tight ends. No, we're good on tight end. One thing too is like I do take, some of these RBs and receivers, but with the tight ends, I think that man, like you don't want no zeros going to the season. And there are some clear potential zeros that we see for the running back and receiver position. But with the tight end, like I think Chig is going to be a starter, and I think that he gets upgraded with Cam Ward potentially. Juwan Johnson's the clear starter. Sanders, I think, is a clear starter. Tyler Higbee, yeah, Terrence Ferguson could be the guy, but I think Tyler Higbee will be the starter there. I think they drafted Ferg more for like maybe after this year, but who knows? So we will be taking Chig, Conquo, to pair with Mason Taylor. And then hopefully when these Titans fall, I mean, who else can we take? I don't mind a Noah Gray click. I think Noah Gray had some like good spike weeks last year. Kind of betting on a Kelsey like injury, or maybe Kelsey's so dust and Noah Gray actually plays more. Taysom Hill, man, I don't think he's gonna come back. He's like 34 years old. His body's like beat up. But I mean, he's also a beast though. So Taysom Hill, I mean, look at this. Like he's done more for you as a tight end than a lot of tight ends have in the last 4 years. So I guess you could never count Taysom Hill out. All right, so we're two picks away for this draft to be done. Overall, I like the team. I think our quarterback room is fine. I think our RB room is fine. We'll take um Jatavion, whatever his name, Sanders. 2673. Lamar Jackson, Michael Penix, good quarterback room, RB, Janty Taylor, Harris, Spears, Rico, and Just Hill. So we're relying on these two RBs, but I like the four RBs we got after that. Receiver Ted, Zay, Jerry, Chris, Mooney, Burden, and Tillman. After going three non-receiver positions, I think that we came up good with the 7 we have here. I think so. And then tight end Mason Taylor, Chig, Sanders. So Mason Taylor, unknown guy, maybe he's nothing, or maybe he's a really good tight end. Chig Sanders, fine with. So overall, I don't mind the build. Um, I think we'll be doing the second one. Let's check. Let's just see. Waiting for 3 people. So if you guys want to hop on and draft for me, 3 more people. Oh, actually, let me look at this dude's team real quick. He was in with us. So we had K Mize in there. So he goes a Burrow, Stroud, Dart, 15 pick discount Burrow, Bijan, Kyron, Tyrone, Cam, J.K. Nil. Interesting to double tap the New York Giants running back. I don't think that's something I would do. Could be a really bad offense, but maybe it works. I like the first 2 RBs a lot. Wilson, Waddle, Pearsall, Coleman, Kyle, Keenan Allen. Um, don't love the 6 receivers. I think you could have used one more maybe. And then Kittle, Pitts, and Fannin. So I think what I would have done, I think I would have took Fannin just to throw like one more receiver on this team. Could work, but yeah, I think Fannin as a receiver, I would like it more. +2 if anybody wants to hop in. Beers and best ball every Friday night. I think that's what I'm gonna be doing. I think my schedule is fine with that. We'll see, but I think that's what we'll be doing, guys. Waiting for one more person for a eliminator. I haven't done any marathons or sprints yet. If I had to pick between these two, I think hmm, the sprint's a little different because I think the sprint is you gotta make it and then you start the sprint. When last year the sprint was only counted for weeks 15 through 17, but this year you got to advance and then you play the 15 through 17. So the sprint is 150K for first compared to marathon 100K. Interesting. I haven't done any weekly winners yet either. I don't mind the contest. I just, for some reason, I'm just not a huge fan of it. Like, if I max out Eliminator, maybe I'll do some week winners. All right, cool. So we're starting. Let's go, baby. I don't know anybody in the lobby. Nice. Okay, let's see. So we're on the clock. Bijan, yeah. I mean, I'm cool with static CMC. Hey, we'll take Bijan. Super safe, high ceiling, could be the RB1 this year. No injury history. Not gonna overthink it. Bijan's a pick. Get the RB. Feel good about that too. I've thought about CMC a little bit, man. CMC is such a polarizing player, man. I love the 49ers this year. I think they're gonna need to rely on CMC more than the last few years as well. They potentially have the easiest schedule of any team. It definitely feels like this first round is deeper than last year's first round. Also, like the second round, I like more this year than last year. Last year I had some good picks, but this year I just feel more comfortable where I'm picking on the board compared to last year. If you ask me like my favorite spot to pick from, honestly, I think it's a top six pick or it's the back of the board. Like like right here, like this guy gets like Puka and Nico, which is like that's such a nice start, man. That's such a nice start. You get two alpha receivers. Pick seven or pick eight, I think it's like kind of like a tier break for me. Don't mind it, but that is kind of where I'll kind of like go back and forth between players. All right, let's see. If we're four picks away, we have Bijan Robinson, Taylor Bowers, AJ Ladd, Jacobs. I'm cool with any of these guys here. Bowers, if I take him, just be set, forget it. Well, we're gonna take AJ or Ladd. So AJ goes, we'll take Ladd. I'm cool with Ladd, man. 82, 1157 touchdowns as a rookie. His targets go up. His efficiency go up. I think Ladd could definitely be in for a breakout year this year. He could do something like 115 and like 10 touchdowns, I think. It's interesting to me that we're like Rice will like rise up in BBM, but like he falls in eliminator, which obviously coming off injury, like receivers or just players in general coming off injury are gonna have a discount in eliminator. But I think part of Rice like identity is he's such a safe pick because of just how he's gonna be in that offense with Mahomes. Like he's a number one target. He's gonna get all the small stuff. So like if you're taking him in BBM and you're confident in that, I feel like you should be confident in that in the eliminator. We will be taking Tyreek Hill though. Whew. He does have a bye week 12 with Lad. I don't care too much. I mean, if I make it this far to week 12, like I'm already in the money, and I probably already made what I put back in the eliminator. And plus, what's the work around it? But Tyreek Hill, he's another polarizing player where, yeah, like he did not look good last year. Receivers and when they're 30 years old and they fall off like that. Going forward is not great, but there's a story to say where Tyreek Hill did have a torn ligament in his wrist. Tua missed 6 games, and maybe Tyreek Hill is gonna be the old Tyreek Hill. Yo, what the fuck? What's going on, stars? How we doing, baby? How are we doing tonight? It's beers and best ball. It's drinking and drafting. Maybe I should label my drafts for the ones I drink to see if there's any different advance rates between that. Bijan Lad Tyreek to start. So this guy, after he was Puka Nico, he double taps quarterbacks with Jaden and Hurts. Uh, I don't love that, man. I feel like you just give up so much at the other positions to do that. I don't know. I don't have the balls to do that. So shout out you, man. We're having 3 picks right now. So we're on the clock. Pick 45. You know what, guys? I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna take Ted again. I like the projected volume you could get. Number one target, clear alpha on the team. Um, and if he's a good receiver, I think he's gonna get enough targets to showcase that with Bryce Young. I do like these later bye weeks too. I do think that taking the later bye week guys give you a slight advantage. Because if you get most of your roster with like week 10 and on bye weeks, just you have more guys that are gonna be, in your everyday lineup each week to give you a chance. And this contest is obviously strictly like luck, but any edge that you could gain, I think is important. Hmm. Going receiver. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna take JMO. Yeah, we're gonna go JMO as a fourth receiver, someone that he is a definition of a boom bust guy, right? He can give you 0 points or he can give you 25 points. As a receiver four with these three already, I love because like with the eliminator, upside is still very important because you're gonna run into teams that are going off like crazy and you want to match that. So like I'm still interested in guys that have a low floor, but they have a super high ceiling. Like JMO could win me a week, and that could be enough to get me by to the finals. We're up in 7 picks. We have one running back, four receivers. RBs is, they're going. They are going. So these are a couple guys. No, not Swift. Jenkins. We'll see, guys. We'll see what falls to us. Addison's another one where like he might get suspended for 3 games. Don't love that in this format, but he's also a very good receiver who has a high weekly ceiling. So this guy goes two receivers, two quarterbacks, two RBs. I better see you go two tight ends here. All right, so we're on the clock. Um, we'll go Junkins. I like Junkins, man. I think you could project a heavy workload for him. Who knows how efficient the offense can be? How many catches is he going to catch? But I still think Junkins is going to be a workhorse. And to get that as an RB2, I like. And then there's receivers I like. Let's see this blurb on Diggs again. I mean, it seems like Diggs is going to play week one, be the number one receiver. You gotta like that. I think Godwin's a good click too. Let's see the bye weeks though. Stephon Diggs goes. I'm not a big fan of Debo. Plus, he has a week 12 bye. I think we'll go Godwin here, man. We just hope he's healthy. Start week one. Baker Mayfield always had a connection with Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin was a receiver 2 points per game last year. As a receiver five, he also plays well off of JMO and Tet, where he gives us a good floor, I think, if he's fully healthy. I like the start. A little 2 RB, five receivers. I've been forcing picks. Ooh, it is hot. I am sweating right now, guys. Sweating this $100,000 that we're about to win. Or I think it's actually $200,000 for first place. If I'm not mistaken. Up at 9 picks, 2-5, Bijan Junkins, Lad, Tyree, Ted, J-Mo, Chris Godwin. Quarterback for stacks that we could potentially look for is Herbert, Tua, Bryce, Goff, and Baker. All actually Baker went right now. He kind of went early. Pick 8-2, Mike Evans. Okay. Tight ends, Hawkinson, we could think about here. Golden, I like. Downs, I like. RBs, Pacheco, I like. Quarterback, Kyle, like I'm cool with just an unstack Kyle. We got some options. Dude, are we about to get Matthew Golden? Thought of us? That'd be pretty sick. Come on, one more pick, baby. Come on. Fingers crossed. Come on, baby. Matthew Golden at pick 93 for the first receiver taken in over 20 years from the Packers. Come on, baby. I love this. If Matthew Golden hits, like, come on. Come on, guys. Don't be afraid of rookies like this. Come on, guys. You know what? I think we're gonna do hmm. I don't think I want to go another receiver now. I feel really good about what we have here. RB, you know what? We'll go RB. We'll go RB, guys. We have two RBs now. Quarterback, we'll wait for quarterback. It's between these guys. Let's say Cam, man. I mean, Tyron Tracy was solid last year, but we'll just go on Cam. I like Cam. I think Cam's a good RB. I do feel like he's expensive though, but I mean, pick 100. RBs do go earlier. They did use an early fourth on him. I think he could be the third down back and possibly going back. Maybe the offense is better than we expect. Who knows? Who knows, guys? Because I don't know. I know some people love Cam. There's some smart people that also think that Tyron Trace is a great value. I'm kind of mad on both. I'll just take the cheaper one. But today it was kind of feeling like a Cam Scatterwood day. All right, so we're up at 6 picks. We have a 3-6 build right now. We have no quarterbacks or tight ends, which that's fine. Quarterbacks, Drake May, we go Herbert, we go Jordan Love. Like, what are we talking about, guys? We go later to RB, Zach Stevenson, receivers. I think we're cool on receivers for now. We have 6 that are like tight end. Mark Andrews is probably a good pick here, but okay, he goes. We're with Drake May, baby. We'll go Drake May. We got QB1, week 14 by Konami quarterback. Good floor, has a ceiling. We don't need to stack either. And then potentially we'll take one more quarterback here or RB. I don't see no RBs we like. Receivers, just a couple rookies. Tight ends, maybe. I think preferably we would want a quarterback here, one of these guys. One pick. It's pick 124. Interesting. So the quarterbacks goes. That's kind of a bummer. That's kind of a bummer, but that's okay. I think what we'll do here, guys, we'll go Rashad Bateman. We'll go Rashad Bateman and just be done at receiver. We're taking 7. I love the 7. I think the bye weeks we played really well. Rashad Bateman, big play guy, could use a couple of his 20-point spike weeks throughout the season. Quarterback, I think we want to do a 3. It's either 3-6-7-2 or 3-5-7-3. With the RBs, I would like to get 3 more, but maybe we get good value or we stop at 5. Quarterbacks are kind of pumping up, so I mean, Is this a Jackson Dart team? Maybe. Quarterbacks do go earlier for the eliminator. I do feel like people try to prop them up. So we're 9 picks away. Let's check on that team that he had an interesting start. He goes two receivers, two quarterbacks, two running backs. He doesn't go two tight end. He did go one tight end. Interesting build, but I respect it though. I respect it. Yeah, receiver feels so strong here. I love this group of receivers. We got some nice value too. Bijan, the RB1, a couple rookies. Is there any RBs we like here? I do like Ray Davis. I think Tank could be a factor this year. David Njoku's falling a little bit. Could stop at two tight ends. Not looking at receiver right now. Nicholas says pick Sanders. Are talking about Sanders, the potential starter for the Browns that I could take round 18. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do, guys. We'll take Tua. I don't mind Tua. I think Tua could be for a bounce back. We have Tyreek Hill. I'm fine with Tua. And then potentially we'll take one more quarterback at this range. If not, hmm, there's a few RBs. I'm kind of thinking like, does handcuffing the RBs make more sense in Eliminator because it's a 1v1? Let's say Bijan was to miss 3 weeks. Tyler Algier, if we took him, would be a smash. And what are the chances that we face a team that has Algier but no Bijan? Because handcuffing your RB in like BBM, where in the playoff pod it's like 1 out of 60 advantage. And if you had Bijan and Tyler and Bijan towards ACL, yes, you would have Tyler Algier, but you'd be facing teams that had Tyler Algier with another first round pick. But in the eliminator, it's a little different. It's a little different. Um, I'm cool with Gino, man. I think Gino's being overlooked a little bit. I think he's in that friendly fantasy offense. Their QB don't need to worry about stacking him. I'm not gonna stack him later. He's just our advancement piece. I'm cool with that. So we're doing quarterback. We're done at receiver. So the rest of the draft will be doing RBs and tight ends here. I could take Penix and hope for Pitts to fall, but I mean, honestly, like I said, stacking is not as important. I do have Bijan, so maybe you could make the case or the correlation where I'm betting on the Falcons offense. Sure, but I don't think it's gonna matter that much. We are gonna be looking for RBs though, for sure. For sure, guys. So tight end RB, we are looking at. I'm more confident in the tight ends in the later rounds than I am the RBs. So I am more willing to go RB first, I think. There's a couple RBs that I don't mind there. So we have a week 5, 9, 14 by. I think what would let's go Roshan. Let's go Roshan. Bears just don't trade or sign on another RB. And then Roshan Johnson is in that Jamal Williams, Dave Montgomery role, where he's not efficient, but he is getting the goal line carries, and he's let's say he has like 180 carries, like 70 touchdowns. And with our next pick, it might be a little bit of reach, but I think I'm gonna go Jalen Wright. We had a Dolphins correlation, and then there's been some positive coach speak about Jalen Wright, where someone asked him about like I think they're asking about like who's RB2 be on HN or what do you think about the RBs, and he didn't mention Jalen Wright first. Dolphins did trade for Jalen. They traded like pretty decent last year in the draft. They did bring in Ollie Gordon, a 6th round pick, who is a pretty huge guy who plays a different role. But I think Jalen Wright is going to be given the RB2 role. And then if he sucks ass again, yeah, he'll lose a job. But right now, I want the RB2 for the Dolphins behind Chan, who I don't think could carry that workload all year. And Dolphins do like to use two RBs in the system. They couldn't last year because one, Jeff Wilson was always hurt. Jalen Rice sucked ass as a rookie. Tua was also gone for 6 games. That running offense was very inefficient. We'll see. Dolphins are a very weird team. I think Dolphins are a team that could be really, really, really good, pay off their ADP, or they're a landmine. I'm kind of lukewarm with them. I'm 50-50. I go back and forth. I do take Dolphins, but then also at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm like, man, like I could just see the Dolphins just imploding this year. 357, 357. We have what? One more RB? No. Hmm. This will be interesting. We'll see what Titans fall to us. I think we might just stop at these RB rooms. Bijan has a legendary season. Quishon Jenkins is a workhorse, and then Cam Scatterboo actually is a starter for the Giants. And then these two guys kind of, fall in luck for the favor what they're gonna do. It's volatile, but when you're doing 18 rounds, drafting 4 positions, like you're not gonna have a strong position each time when you draft. And I'm willing to bet more that my RBs are a little more weaker and volatile because I think RBs have the better chance to smash in the later rounds. Like if DeAndre Swift got hurt, Roshan Johnson would be a fucking smash. But if Zay Flowers got hurt, Rashad Bateman would his projection would increase, but he's not guaranteed to be receiver one if Zay Flowers gets hurt. But Roshan, if Swift got hurt, Roshan would project probably be a RB1 for the week. Tight ends, Chig, Juwan, kind of like the same names I've been picking. I think last draft we just did, I took Mason, Chig, and Juwan. I mean, I could do that again. You know what? F it. F it. We're just gonna go Mason Taylor, and then we'll see what Titans fall to us. Oh shit, I'm on the clock, guys. I didn't even know that. My bad, my bad. We're just gonna run it back, guys. Let's take Chig. Chig is an interesting one where they did draft, I think, a second round tight end, Gunner. Where's he at? That pass him. Yeah, they took Gunner Helm, I think, in the second round, but I think Chig could be in for his best year, maybe. Cam Ward is probably the best quarterback that he's played with. Titans don't have anything outside of Ridley. So I do like Chig as a click for tight end last few rounds. Explosive player too, man. Explosive tight end, has some juice, which the offense desperately needs. Conklin's an interesting tight end where I think, man, he's been pretty solid like the last 4 years. He's had over 50 catches each year. Um, I'm assuming he's a tight end one over Will Disley. I think Will Disley is fine, but he is more a blocker. Will Disley last year, 50 for 502. Will Disley caught 50 balls last year. That is tripping me out, actually. I did not realize he caught that ball that many times. I don't know. I think Tyler Conklin's a okay pick, but Will Disley catching the ball 50 times. I mean, that's kind of a trip. I'll be honest. It's kind of a trip, guys. 3572. We're gonna go one more tight end. One more tight end. I'm calling it Theo Johnson. I don't mind it. I wonder how different people like project Russell Wilson to a BBM to this. Because like if you take Russell Wilson like BBM, like he's not gonna be there week 17. He'll get you like 6, 7 games. But like in the eliminator, like in the 18 round, Russell Wilson, like to get a starting quarterback for like 7, 8 weeks, maybe. That definitely brings value, right? But like I just not for me though. Like I'm gonna have 0% Wilson. I just don't like taking players that I know are gonna lose their job at some point in the year. Um, this one we'll do with Theo Johnson. We have a bet on the Giants. I like Theo, athletic young rookie last year who showed flashes of being a solid tight end. Let's recap this. We have a 3-5-7-3. Drake May, Tua Geno. Solid three quarterbacks. Bijan, Junkins, Cam, Rashawn, Jalen Wright. Not the best RB room, but we are relying heavy on Bijan. Lad, Tyreek, Ted, JMO, Chris, Matthew, and Bateman. I really like this receiver room. And then Mason, Chig, and Theo. So we punted tight end position. We're hoping Mason Taylor overperforms as a rookie, and then we get by with these other two. So not my favorite team. I think structurally we did the best we could. Maybe we could have won one more RB earlier. I don't know, but it is what it is. But that's it for us, guys. I mean, we did two eliminators. Which shout out the 20 seconds. Love the 20 seconds. But I am calling it a night. Anyone that popped in the chat, appreciate you. Thanks for kicking it. And till next time, you guys have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Weekend. And I'll see you guys real soon. Peace.